Let's go, y'all. Way down south to New Orleans we go to get a taste of Crescent City Gumbo.
Hey Crescent City Gumbo fans, we are back in the studio like promised earlier. I got a special guest in here with me. We actually even have an extended studio audience as well. We got a couple people in here that we may end up talking to. We got one for sure. He got his start as a drummer, then started working with sound systems. He had a PA. Everybody says, hey, you got a PA? So he called his business APA. And that's how he got started. Now he owns, he's part owner in a larger company called All Pro Productions, which they set up sound and lights for fairly large shows, festivals and fairs around, like the Andouille Festival, and in some major casinos around, like was it Hollywood Casino in Biloxi. Well, yeah, some big shows, big national acts come in from time to time, but I think he prefers to do the local scene. But if you don't mind, I'd like to bring him out for you, everybody. Paul Guidry. Come on out, Paul. Yay, Paul!
Hey,
How you doing, buddy? How you doing?
Guys, how y'all doing?
All right, this is Paul. If you didn't know him before, hopefully you'll know him after this. Paul's been around for a while. I've been knowing Paul since, I don't know, birth. I mean, a couple days.
School, at least,
couple
definitely.
days after birth. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
We both grew up in Norco. Paul's a good guy. He works, got a family. He's got a full-time job, and then he does production, and he does play drums on the side as well. Mm-hmm. So here we go. This is a local boy. Started small, worked his way up. He's got a pretty big operation. He's got a lot of gear, and that's what we're about, right? Promoting the local guys.
Promoting the local guys.
Getting some word out there. So if you need a PA, I mean, he goes from small to big.
Piano stick to concert stuff. That's
Yeah.
what we try to cover. Or I have guys, friends of ours that own other companies that can help you out even further. So if you have a real big national act come and do your venue, we got plenty of. This is a big fraternity, you know. Try to help everybody out. You know, if I need gear, I have another company, a buddy of mine, Norris Como, which y'all might know. We'll cross rent gear, borrow gear, whatever. You know, we have. You can cover up pretty much anything you'd like to accomplish.
Some big shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Paul, drums.
Drums.
When's the last time you've been in a band, like a steady band? Because he plays in bands from time to time, fills in, stuff like that.
I've been doing music for a long time, and actually, I work at East Jefferson Hospital as well as a cardiovascular technologist. And some of the doctors and techs and nurses and IT people in the hospital, we decided to put a band together. So I still play very sparingly with that group because everybody has other things going on, but I play in that band currently. And it's a bunch of guys just like you and me. They do stuff during the day, and we do hospital. It's pretty funny. We got somebody, we do gigs for medical kind of stuff, medical associations and such like that.
So what's the name of the band? Cardiac Arrest?
Close. The Arrhythmias.
Wow.
Yes.
All right.
We have a cardiovascular surgeon. We have a cardiologist, cardiovascular tech, which is me, and another guy who plays sax. Then we also have IT that works in it. We also have a guy that works in pharmacy. And we get together maybe once a month to get a little practice. We have a little book together we pull songs out of. It's actually fun. It's kind of funny to watch the physicians play music with all of us. You know, we kind of hold them to a higher standard, but they're people like us. You know, just making a living and having a good time with music. And most of them went to college playing music.
A diverse group.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good. A lot of band guys from college, from high school.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They all started just like I did in grammar school. You know.
Yeah, man. See, I didn't have that. I wasn't
should've.
pushed. I would love to. I wish.
Sacred Heart, where we went to grammar school right here in Norco.
Yeah.
Used to have a band program, Mr. Roy Poniff. I never forget this as long as I live. And I was, 5th grade, 6th grade?
So just a few years ago.
Oh yeah, just a few years ago, back in the 70s. And we had to bring our little snare kits on the bus, and the thing probably weighed more than I did at the time.
Probably so.
Bringing in the school bus and had my little practice pad on top of it. It was great.
Man, I watch my son do it. I watch a lot of people do it. There's a lot of young guys out there, young girls out there too. They're starting to see more girls in percussion. You see that? They're all over the place now. It's amazing.
Believe it or not, I find that the girls probably pick on it. They have the focus on it. A lot of the drummer. I'll say this: drummers always get the bad rap. You know, wait a minute, we're going to figure out this. You know, even in rock bands or whatever band you're in, drummers always get the bad rap because, you know, wait a minute, hey dude, just chill out. We're trying to figure out this bridge, or we're going to try to figure out this part. You just wait. Well, it's the same thing in a school band. You know, all the band directors yelling at the drummers to be quiet. We just sit there. And we were the bad kids, and we're known as the bad kids
because you got bored and you start hacking around while they're doing their thing. It's like, I can't hear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
I've never been in a band, so I don't know.
Just, you know. So usually, you know, it's one of those things where the discipline of drummers are not as accomplished as horn players. But I'll tell you what, that's changing with, like you said, a lot of girls that play drums. A good friend of ours, and that plays in Nashville South, BJ.
Yeah.
There's a drummer, you know, in a working band, slaying it like she does.
Just like her husband.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're both killer drummers. So
awesome drummer.
Yeah, and Paul does a lot of stuff, not just bands, not just PA and stuff, but he actually organized a group of percussionists and some that weren't exactly percussionists quite a few years ago to go hang out around the Superdome for Saints games and whatnot. And Paul put it all together. Well, he was going to call it the Monster Drumline. Remember that like it was yesterday. And then somebody out there, and this I might give you bonus points if somebody can put in the comments if you remember, someone had an idea that was going to stem from this Monster Drumline, and he was going to call it the Cowbell Brigade. If anybody out there knows who that is, put his name in the comments, and I'll find some tickets for you or something. We'll get you something.
Dude, that was a brainstorm. So the Monster Drumline. Well, years ago when I was in high school, they had a Monster Drumline, and they called it the Monster Drumline. And this guy, I'm trying to think of the guy's name. I'm not sure. Y'all probably know. Just hit the comments if you do. Back in the mid '80s to early 90s, this guy would put together, and he'd grab kids from high school, college, and it was just that, a Monster Drumline. So a few years back, me and a couple other guys that I've hung around with, it's like, yeah, you know, and I just kind of proed out this, you know what, why don't we just get a drumline together? I had guys that played in bands.
Guys that didn't.
That, you know, we always used to go support each other when we did, but the problem was we were all working. So we could never share our talents. You know, as good as everybody was, you know, everybody's gigging on weekends. So my idea was to get together a bunch of guys to have some beers and have fun. That's what it started out as, Laughing Near Park. So I didn't think it would stick to the wall. So when I started asking people, they were like, are you kidding me? A drumline? I'll do anything. I'll play anything. I'll play snare, bass, whatever, quads, whatever. I'll do anything. I'm like going, okay. So it was me, Ed Malera, Jason Weiss, a few other guys that play. Y'all might know Ed from CNN Music, and you know Jody Haydell, you know Darren from the Mollies, Darren Triai.
Was Leroy St. Pierre in it about that time?
Leroy, he helped out as well, but also Jack Mealy was playing cymbals.
Yes,
Rob Schulte.
that.
I mean, we got all these guys, and we had this rehearsal, and it was just so much fun, just to play drums.
It was amazing.
It's ridiculous, but it was just one of those things where everybody got it. It didn't matter. You didn't have to have a lot of technical rehearsal. Okay, you learn this part, you learn this part, we learn this part, and it just worked. And we had a blast, and it just kind of morphed over the years into, hey, I know this guy, he wants to play snare drum. Okay, hey, I know this guy, and next thing you know, we're tailgating at the Saints games around the parking lots. Going to get our chicken at Popeyes, tailgating and marching around just tailgating. And next time, he would knock on the door, and Ed Malera had a contact, and we had done some sound stuff for him when he was in high school at St. Augustine for Jared Simpson.
Yep.
So we did a talent show for St. Augustine High School with the sound system. Was awesome. Was freaking awesome. But long story short, he became the entertainment director for the Saints. And he calls Ed and says, hey, how much does drums cost? And Ed's like, why? He goes, I'm thinking about putting a drum line together like the other NFL teams. And Ed goes, well, we have one. And he's like, what do you mean? We have a bunch of guys that are already doing it outside the Saints game. He goes, let's get it happening, and that was the first season of it.
And he
It
did.
kind of worked out. It was great. Now it is what it is, you know.
It's big now. There's like
It's
40
huge. There's a lot of
something
guys.
people on it
There's
now.
a bunch of guys. You know,
Yeah.
the first year was a
11.
learning curve. No, we had a
12.
good bit. But the thing was, we had, you know, but before then it was just guys that we knew. You didn't have
Yep.
no auditions. Hey, we know he can play. We know he can play. You know, he's a cool guy. We all get together.
That's
you know,
why I
get
never got
along.
invited.
You were in a lot of this stuff. Are you kidding me?
I was
So-
there when you were buying the drums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
eBay specials, baby.
eBay specials, taking road trips. Hey, let's go pick up some drums. Okay.
Let's
I didn't
go.
have anything better to do.
So that was it. I mean, that's how it all started, and it was just one of the magical things that kind of happened that I didn't think anybody would even be part of.
It was amazing.
You know?
It still
But,
is an amazing thing.
You know, that's one thing that happened with that whole organization is that's one thing that one person I just got the idea and asked people, and I got help. Everybody helped.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I did it all. It's
No.
you know, P.O. Dugas, who used to do road work with Bag of Donuts.
Yeah.
Actually works for Pelican Events, so if you need staging, that's where I usually get my stages from.
Local guys.
Local guys, yep.
Keep it local.
Home guys.
Yeah.
And then, you know, he was on the bass line, and actually he was the treasurer of it, and
Yeah.
kind of held it together for a while.
Did a great
you know?
job. Great guy.
You
Fun to
know?
be around.
And then I met some wonderful people through it all that I never knew. You know, Pat Bennett, another guy.
Oh, yeah.
Great guy. You know, John Domang, who's actually working it with
John
it. Eddie
Domang.
Sutherland. These are all people I would never even cross paths with, and it was done all through drumming. It was crazy.
It's a small world.
It's a
It's a small
brotherhood.
musical world.
It really is, and we all understand each other, how everything works. It was very, very good. So it was a reason to celebrate each other's talents, and that's
Yes.
what it really was all
Yes.
about, and just kind of morphed into now it's the FCDC Saints drumline. It's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty happy to see that it's still going on. You know?
Me too, man. That's the best thing about the Saints games.
Well, no, dude, they went 12-3. Come on, give them a break.
No, I'm just saying.
You know, all the Bridgewater haters and
no,
stuff.
the
Come on,
hype,
man.
the hype outside the dome was awesome.
Yes, I mean,
And
it's
being in Champion Square up on stage, come on, in front
Entertainment, baby.
in front of thousands of people. I mean, you kidding me?
It's no other high. you ever had
It's
in your life,
amazing.
dude.
It's
There's
amazing.
No drug, no. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
You want to get high? Play drums.
be on a
That's
stage
what he
in front
said.
of a bunch of people.
Yeah, it's
tell you,
dude,
it's
it's So get out there and you got to try. You got to practice. You got to get your kids involved.
Have fun.
Yeah. Or if you know anybody that has kids that wants to get some lessons and whatnot, hit us up. I don't know if Paul's ever taught lessons, but there's a lot of people that we know that we're friends with that through Crescent City Gumbo. We get some more lessons for them to help them out, to
Plenty of
help
guys.
you out. Oh,
Plenty of guys will
absolutely.
do that.
Oh, absolutely. Like John Domang's one of them.
Yeah.
He-
Blake Shea.
Blake's supposed to give Karen some more bass lessons, but don't tell Karen that because it's still a surprise. So there's a lot going on. There's so many things, and it's hard to cover it all because everybody does something different. Everybody does amazing things, and everybody's just a little bit different or a lot different. Because Paul's done so many things. Paul's been in bands. Paul's started bands. Paul's played drums in bands. He's a great bass player. He can play guitar. Paul can do a lot of things. He's a good friend. I got to give it to him.
I tell you what, here's the deal, and this is one thing. I just love what I do. Whether it be I could do lighting. I could do playing drums. Now drums is definitely my passion. Bass is probably my second passion. So I'm best at those things. But as far as just the whole, I just love music. It brings out so many emotions, so much. I mean, I get satisfaction from just listening to a band on stage,
Sure.
and I don't even have to be doing audio engineering. I can appreciate that for behind the soundboard, just the quality of their workmanship. How guys react, and it doesn't matter on ability. It's a matter of how they play as a band.
Right.
And to me, when I go hear bands, there's always that one guy that just shines, and it's you could tell that glue that holds the band together. And I like the way people interact. It's not I never thought music to be a competition for me. You have Battle of the Bands. Yeah, they're a
But
great
that's
band.
fun.
It's a great band. But,
It's fun too.
but it's not a competition. Because, everybody has their own feel and flavor. And nobody can play like Chuck Lusto can play or like Paul Guidry can play.
Thank goodness nobody plays like me.
It's a matter of that's you and that's what you do. And that's if you're going to get hired as any musician, they're going to, I like that guy because he's him.
And if
You
they
know.
don't like you because you, it's
You don't
not a
need to be
knock.
working
It's
with
not a knock on your ability. It's
you
just
don't-
like, you know what? You're not right for this band. You're
Right,
not
you're
right.
not
You
the
don't
right
gel with us. It's okay. There's always going to be somebody out there
Exactly.
that you play well with.
And a lot of people, I think, get their feelings hurt. And, you know, when you first start out,
It's going to hurt.
It does, you know, but it makes you strive to be better.
Absolutely. And
You
if you
know.
don't strive to be better, then shame on you. You get better. You get out there. You
Right.
practice. You hit the street. You hit the ground. You go work.
You know.
Work.
And it's one of those things as well as playing is you can't get any better in a rehearsal studio. You got to go play out. You got to go be on a stage and have it happen, and then all those kinks work out. It's a starting band, and we all started in bands, and you know you want to get rehearsal and get everything boom, 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 and really that's all fine and dandy and being tight, but if you can't reproduce that on a stage, you know that's where you really hone your craft, not in a rehearsal studio.
Right.
You learn what to do in a studio, but you don't hone your craft until you're out there in the face of the public.
And that's not just with music. That's with everything
That's
in
with
life.
everything, yeah.
You look at. I'm a mechanical designer by trade. Okay, I work with a lot of engineers. You get a lot of these engineers that come straight out of
Really?
school. It's like, hey man,
Did he let you toot the horn when you go down the track?
nah, man, look, that's not how they do it in the book. Well, you know, the book doesn't always describe how real life is. So you have to get out there and make some mistakes. You have to fumble through things. You have to get in a high pressure situation and eventually work your way through it. And then you realize what you're worth. You realize you start feeling self-worth and you feel good about yourself.
Right.
And that's when you start making the big strides. That's when you start stepping up and you start moving up in positions, just like in band, just like in everything. It's
Right.
just life. It all works together. It all fits. It meshes. It's just the way it is. And if you having trouble dealing with that, well, you know what? Come talk to us. We'll set you straight.
I hear you.
Yeah. So Paul's been around a while. A lot of people know Paul. A lot of people use him. Like, what festivals have you set up sound for? I mean, not like I haven't been to most of them.
Yeah. So, long story short, Chucky, I was doing the local church fair here many moons ago,
Right around the corner.
and I hadn't seen him in a while. And then next thing you know, he ends up being my light guy for a long time, and still my light guy when he can do it.
When I'm not complaining and I'm not, yeah.
So it's one of those things where what do we have coming up? And well, I got 2020. I'm starting to send out bids and stuff for that, but we have some stuff coming up. Some festivals have folded, unfortunately, but some of them have gone strong. On Dewey Festival, Bonfire Festival, I do every year, and those gigs are very good to me, and I always try to provide the best service I can for them. My church fairs, that business is doing very well.
St. Joan of Arc.
St. Joan of Arc. We did St. Peter's this year. That's coming up this spring, and then we have some fall stuff that's going to be on the books again that I'm working on right now. But if you know anybody who needs PA consulting,
A drummer.
whatever,
So it's hard for you to squeeze anything extra into your life as it is.
I got 3 kids. And a wife. I got plenty of things to do, and I like to go camping with them. So yeah, but I do definitely music is my passion. Medical career is probably close second. Well, family's first though. Family's definitely first.
That's not what you said.
My passion.
I hope your wife's not watching.
She is.
Okay.
She
Hi,
supports me
Michelle.
in every day.
He said it, not me.
But it's one of those things where it's a good job to have to get that feeling. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So,
But
what else, Paul? What else have we been through? What else have we done? I mean, Paul and I have worked together a lot over the last, I don't know,
30 years.
has it been that long? 30 years?
Yeah.
Plus or minus a month, yeah, I guess. Yeah, we've done a lot. Paul has taught me how to run sound. Paul has taught me how to run lights. Paul has taught me how to not express my opinion when I shouldn't. Paul's been there to guide me and mentor me in so many ways. And I still don't listen to him most of the time, but yeah, we've been through a lot together. Paul's a good guy. Paul's a great person to work with. Provides the best, top notch. Let's go with top notch service when it comes to sound engineering, production wise, lighting. He's got some real good gear. He knows how to use it. He's got some guys working for him that really know what they're doing as well.
Yeah.
And
the key to it is really you hit the nail on the head. It's the people.
yeah, everybody.
everybody can buy gear, anybody, but to find people who are just great and good at their craft is that's where it's at.
Absolutely.
And provide great customer service, whether you're a monitor engineer, lighting engineer, front of house, or just doing stage management.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
it's the people, and in anything you do, band members included. You know, it's the people you play music with. That's all. That's what makes it worth it. You know,
Yeah.
if you're in a miserable situation, I mean, make the change. Don't be scared to go out there, start your own thing. Just do it. Find the right people.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Yes.
Yes. And you'll run across people that you don't get along with, but that's okay. You can be professional. Like I've had a couple of run-ins with some people, but turns out that we get along a lot better now than we ever thought we could. But
Yes.
look out for your own, look out for your friends, hang in there, and take care of who takes care of you. You know, you can't do it on your own. You never can. Always have a support group, and Paul's one of my big support group people, I believe. I think so. He used to be, at least. I think he kind of dropped out when you know. But I'm wearing him thin, so one of these days he's gonna give up on me.
That's
But-
okay. I want to introduce you to my new lighting engineer. And I've been knowing him for a little while. I brought him into this world, and if he gives me any trouble, I will take him out. But this is my son over here. We have to go to Boy Scouts tonight, but
He doesn't want to come over here.
He's
all-
operating the camera at the moment.
Well, he's
but,
staring at the camera
He
anyway.
doesn't know what to do. Come
Well,
here, Jude.
he
Come
knows
see.
what to do.
So what, everybody? This is Julian, my son. He's gonna be 11. He runs my lights sometimes when.
He runs the whole show. Put
Yeah.
it that way. Well, he
Somewhat.
likes to think he does.
I like the fog machines.
He
He likes the fog machines, of course.
the fog machines are fun. They set off fire alarms and stuff, smoke alarms, and shut down whole proms and stuff.
He's gonna be. Oh yeah, that's what you love to do, huh? Mixed Nuts Days. This guy shut down a complete St. Dominic gym with one fog machine.
It was a small one too. It was like what 750 cubic feet or something.
It was a American DJ. POS. Long story short.
And we shut it down. They kicked us out. We had to go outside, and poor
Yeah.
kids. I thought it was ruined.
Ask Chuck
but,
Credo with the Mixed Nuts about that.
oh
He'll tell you.
man, yeah.
He'll tell you.
Yep. Brought the show outside. Had a dance in the courtyard. It was awesome. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
The show must go on.
Oh, indeed, and it sure did. Those guys muscled through all that, and the mixed nuts, man.
Good times.
You know, yeah, brah. Yeah. So,
So what do you? Let me ask you a question, because I
Uh-oh.
like to ask. You know, I appreciate you interviewing me, but how do you feel about your future with? What do you think? How do you think that your future with APP is? What are you looking forward to that? Are you planning on working more with APP, or what's the deal with that?
well,
What's your? I
You know,
mean, this is your thing, and I get it. You got to work on this. The Gumbo, Crescent City Gumbo is your thing.
the beauty about this is I don't have to walk around and carry gear and stuff like that because I've got a few physical issues, and so that too. But the physical issues are what slow me down from carrying the gear and stuff. The mental stuff, yeah, I can still carry. But I have a procedure coming up pretty soon that's going to hopefully fix that. And the trial run went well, and
It's just the walking, because really, I mean, think about
It's-
it. We don't really carry gear. We kind of roll it. Nothing. We really don't do any.
well,
much
when we
lifting.
take the lights out of the rack to put them on the truss, well, somebody's got to carry that, and I typically
it's
do.
lift.
And I don't like
No.
sitting there watching other people do it. I like to work, and it hurts. That's one of the reason why I'm not with the Saints unofficial drumline anymore is because I can't keep up with the physical demands because I can't stand still. That's
Yeah,
just
we know that.
But as soon as the procedure happens and everything, if
Yeah.
it goes according to what the doctors and I have been talking
Okay.
about and how it felt with the test run, I should be good to go. And I'd definitely like to pick up more. I need to learn the new lighting system, and because he's got a new light board, it's awesome. And I need to touch it.
Yeah, we got to program it. That's the thing. It's
Yeah.
actually Ed Malera, who's one of my partners with the group. Y'all might
CNM
know him from
Music.
CNM Music. He actually dropped it off to get the case made. He just told me that. I called him today. In fact, he said he's going to have that. Getting that done. That should be done next week.
Right. So big
Right.
things for All Pro Productions, and hopefully I get to. I'll jump back and whenever I can, and when I'm feeling good, I come out. It's getting old and broken and fat. Things slow down, and it happens.
Yeah.
But like you, we're close to the same age, but he's in much better shape than me. He hasn't hurt himself, and I had an injury in the military, so
Thank you for your service, by the way.
my pleasure. I would do it again if I had to. I like blowing stuff up, big guns, stuff like that. Yeah.
Driving Humvees over a tree.
Yeah, that was fun.
fun.
Oh, yeah, I did tell you about that.
But that's a whole nother story.
Yeah. So, yeah, Paul has brought me into the entertainment industry. I've done it to an extent. I was a DJ. I had my own company. I used to run karaoke shows. I did lights. I did sound a little bit.
You also worked for AVW.
I did work for
back in the day before you even saw me at the festival.
That's right. AVW got me. I met some people there. Mr. Ron Dufour, Spotlighting, another local guy, North Shore. He rents all kinds of party gear. He got me into DJing, and then another job I had after that, a guy I worked with, ended up being really good friends with. I bought his DJ company from him, and I turned it into All Pro Entertainment, kind of. And we did our thing for a long time, so I've been around the scene. I'm not a great sound engineer like this guy, but it's fun. I'm learning. He's constantly teaching me stuff, like the stuff in here. Thanks to All Pro Productions, thanks to Paul Guidry, we getting it straightened out, and we're going to be able to bring stuff to you more effectively and efficiently, and hopefully with really good sound and I mean, the lights. Believe it or not, the lights that we have in here that are on us right now, I found on side the road coming home from work one day. So we got 4 par cans. Two racks of 4 par cans up there that were for free. I mean, and yeah. They're providing the service that we need right now. So,
yeah.
So yeah, and then I have these lights for people to borrow if they need them, and then All Pro Productions, some of their outdated gear they donated. I have some LED lights over here that we're going to set up real soon to illuminate the band area. So when the Unflushables come in and do our first live performance in here. Yeah, and it's kind of funny. You met all 3 of the people in the Unflushables.
Yeah.
Paul, myself, and Julian. We are the Unflushables.
Yes.
So if you need somebody to open for you and make it so where regardless of how good you are, you sound so much better, you can hire us to open for you, because we know like a half a song.
Yes.
And the rest of it, we just kind of whatever.
Yeah. And he does pretty good on the bass, I will tell you. You lay it down. I shred the lead guitar. Literally.
He put it in the shredder. It's crazy. I was so mad.
I shredded the E string. It broke.
Oh, that's
now
true.
I have 5 strings to work with.
You know the little bitty E string? Yeah. And so we can be the Paul Guidry and the E string band.
All right.
Well, thanks for tuning in. We're going to let you go on that one. Get back to the fun you've been having. Get back to the party. Go sing some karaoke. Go listen, dance to the DJ. Go clap for the band. And if you get a chance, tell those people how much you appreciate what they're doing. Thank you for tuning in. This has been DJ Damn Unique for Crescent City Gumbo. And we'll catch you next time. See ya.